Thomas J. McDonald is in town. He's hosts the Rough Cut with Thomas J. McDonald on WGBH. We will not hold him accountable for the cheating Red Sox who stole the World Series from the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah. Come on, you have to admit, it was kind of fitting that the Red Sox won.
No, it's nothing fitting about
Listen,
it.
after the Boston Marathon bombing and to see those people with no legs and then watch the Red Sox, who were like a no-name team that nobody gave a shot at even hitting 500. They quietly went about their business, and they won the World Series. Then we have the Duck Boat Tour, and then they stopped right at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, and they presented the trophy down there to a lot of survivors.
It is very
come
nice.
on, man.
That is very nice.
If you're going to have to lose, at least you lose to a city that really, really needed it.
Fair enough. All right, granted. All right. Do you feel better now?
I do.
Okay, good. All right.
It's kind of like when the Patriots won the first championship.
Yeah, against the Rams.
Yeah.
St. Louis Rams, when they cheated.
Everyone's
see a pattern.
I see. Yeah,
ask him about 04.
No, I'm not going to ask him. I did wish that the Yankees won the World Series that year that Schilling and his boy won it.
Okay, but that's Philadelphia.
No.
Wait.
The New York Yankees.
You were rooting for the Yankees over the Red Sox?
No. Just after 9/11.
Oh, okay. All right.
Come on, they almost won the World Series that year.
Yeah. When they lost to the Diamondbacks, Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. All right. Joining us now, Scott Sherman. Normally, Scott Sherman joins us on Fridays. He hosts the show 9 to midnight here on the Big 550 KTRS called The Sherman Files.
It's whatever.
The Sherman Files.
The Sherman Files.
It's not called that.
Is that like the X-Files?
Every gives it a different name.
I never know what to believe in
every
this guy.
time. Every time it's a different name.
I know.
I was going to call
woodworking.
I was going to call a night shift, but Charlie Brennan called and got the name changed.
I
listen.
Yeah,
you don't listen to
ruffle his feathers.
You don't listen to my show, but I listen to his.
And so normally you've been here, but you've been sick the last couple of weeks.
That's what I said.
Are you better?
Yeah, way better.
So we decided.
Do I need a mask?
No. You're good.
Right.
You're good. He is no longer contagious. He brought a letter.
I'm a germaphobe.
From his doctor.
I'm good.
All right. So
antibiotics.
So we bring you in to have a conversation. Last time he was on with Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
That was awesome, by the way. I tell people that all the time.
So you've taken the place of Dr. Ruth.
Man,
just don't talk about the same
I'm
stuff.
not nearly as filthy as her. I don't work blue like Dr. Ruth.
She talked about sexually transmitted diseases in over 55 places.
That's
remember?
exactly right. People who are over 55. Yes.
I'll never forget that.
She was wicked awesome.
Neither would her
visual.
Neither would her husband.
We should say, Tommy, you're going to be at the woodworking show in Collinsville tomorrow, but the show starts today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then Woodcraft over here on Chutes Road, 10 o'clock. We're going to come by and say hi.
Yeah, we'll zip over there. Maybe we'll do a walkthrough over at the show.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I want to do?
What?
I want you to bring me over to that basilica that I saw on the way over here.
The new cathedral or the old cathedral?
It's old, right? It's got a big giant green dome to it.
There's two cathedrals. There's one by the arch, and then there's one in the Central West End. I'll take you by both because
Mike, my driver said the one where the Pope went.
Yeah, the one in the city.
The Central West End one?
Yeah.
It looks beautiful, huh?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's magnificent. Yeah,
I went. You know what? I went and saw I just moved here. I went and waited outside and saw the Pope.
You're Jewish.
I know, so he's cool.
I
went and saw the Pope.
Yeah, good for
That's
you.
cool.
It was good.
Yeah, you were the only one. Everybody else is too afraid to go see
Here's
him.
the thing. I was I felt very out of place because all these people, all these ladies were like, doing the rosary, and they're all doing it. I'm the only one that didn't know the words, so it's like, I'm caught.
You're not the only.
That's all right. Yeah,
a lot of Catholics don't know the words.
I didn't know any of the. I was kind of mumbling along. They're like, "Hey, Jewish kid, shut up."
My wife's grandfather got knighted by Pope John. He's Jewish.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
It's very awesome.
There's a story you don't hear very often.
I know, right? Knighted by the Pope.
Hey, the new Pope's motorcycle just went for like $300,000.
Really?
Yeah, they gave him a Harley. The Davidsons gave him a Harley, and then they sold it off for charity.
Wow, that's cool.
Did he use it at all?
He signed it.
All right, well, good enough. All right, before we
Pope
run out of
memorabilia.
That's right.
Before we run out of time, I want to talk about this Bombay. And for those who are watching on TV, we have a couple of pictures we're going to show you of this Bombay secretary you built. Why is this Bombay secretary such a big deal?
Well, for me, when I first got introduced to this kind of woodworking, I saw one at the MFA in Boston, and I thought to myself, I could never, ever do that. Like never. It's like the Mount Everest of woodworking for me personally.
And what is a Bombay secretary?
A Bombay secretary, it's let's see, it's serpentine front, so it's S-curved, okay?
Right.
And then if you think of like a tulip flower. You know how it has like a little flare at the top, then it comes in narrow, then it goes fat at the bottom.
Right.
That's what the Bombay shape looks like. And to be honest with you, that's where it came from. When the English kind of went to, I think it's to Dutch, right? And they had all these tulips.
Right.
They brought them back to England. It was like pandemonium. And people flipped out about these tulips. So what happened was the tulip shape started to show up in like glasses and turnings and all sorts of different types of things. And then, it ended up, going into furniture.
Right.
And it's really, really complicated because it's all geometry.
So it's because it's an S curve on the front.
Yep.
And then it's a bowed on the sides.
And the front.
That's
right. So it's all compound angles.
So it's like quadruple.
It's really hard, man.
Right. So you see this and you think you could never build this.
That's right. And then 5 years later, once I got bobvila.com to allocate some funds to bring me down to the museum,
right,
I felt like it was my opportunity to document a piece of furniture. So when I got there, my ego kind of got the better of me, and I wasn't just going to pick a chair or something.
Right.
So I picked the most difficult thing in the museum, which just happened to be that Bombay secretary.
And so you built this Bombay secretary.
I did, with a lot of help.
You said it cost you how much?
It cost me $80,000. Not even my time. Isn't that nuts?
$80,000.
Yeah.
It's when I saw it. I mean, it's literally like the Mona Lisa. And you showed it to me, and they have the little. You built the little pull out with the little sort of metal thing behind it. And I asked you, well, that's weird. Why do they have that metal thing behind it? And
it's glass.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have electricity, so they had candle pulls. You'd pull the candle pulls, and then you'd be able to put the lighted candle on it, and then the mirror would reflect the glass.
Yeah.
You have to remember, this was like a laptop for back then. They were called secretaries, and all the ledgers would go inside all those slots. And they were so popular that, when George Washington was commander of the Continental Army up in Boston,
right,
he took one from Charlestown, Massachusetts, and he dragged it all across the United States when we were fighting the Revolution. And now it sits at the State Department in Washington.
How many Bombay secretaries were built?
Less than 6.
6.
Only in Boston. Like with the up and bottom.
Right. 6.
A lot of lower ones were built.
Yeah.
8, maybe 8.
It's because it's that difficult to do?
I don't know why, to be honest with you. And they were only made in Boston.
Tommy, you got to get the Pope to sign it.
So you've got. I mean, to explain this on radio is impossible.
It's impossible.
But think of a curved front, an angled, a bowed and curved front, a bowed side, and the drawer fronts are then dovetailed into the sides, bowed and curved.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
And that's only the bottom half.
Yeah.
How long does it take to make something like that?
It took me 14, 16 months.
Did you get nervous that maybe you took on something you might not be able to get it done?
Of course, yeah, because
Everybody's
after all the
watching
hoopla with everybody, after we had everybody leave the museum, it was just me with that piece of furniture, and I'm scratching my head saying, "Wow, I just told the whole world I was going to build this thing." Thank God I know the best woodworkers in the world, because I just called a few of them, paid them whatever they wanted, and then we built it.
And the other thing is, and this is why your show is so great, is because you're not afraid to say you mess up. And that's what gave me the courage to say, you know what, if I mess up, that's okay. The experts mess up all the time.
We mess up all the time. I mean, everybody does in life. And you know what, for me, I believe it takes about 10 years to get pretty good at anything, to be honest with you, because you've basically seen every mistake you're going to see, and then you have to learn how to get out of those mistakes. And woodworking is the same way. And what's really cool about woodworking is that once you make that mistake, it's abundantly clear what happened. Mm-hmm. So you instantly learn. And I really believe anybody can do it. I honestly believe anybody can do woodworking.
The Bombay Secretary, and that series is still online? Can you still go back and look?
Yeah, it's still online. So I think there's 100 videos.
Oh, fantastic stuff. All right, we're going to come back, wrap things up. That's Thomas J. McDonald, host of Rough Cut on your local public access or your public television station, except here in St. Louis.
Call.
Collinsville, Illinois, where he'll be Saturday, and in about 15, 20 minutes he'll be at Rough Cut.
Never going to be on, thanks to him now.
A couple minutes he'll be over at Woodcraft over here at Schutz Road in Westport. Come on by, say hi. The Collinsville Woodworking Show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Back in a moment, Big 550. Tommy Mack from Rough Cut on PBS. The website is thomasjmcdonald.com. Also, roughcut.com? Is that
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, just Google my name or whatever, you know?
Google your name. The book is out, too, right? There's a book with
I
plans.
have 2.
2 books out.
Yep.
Now you've written more books than you've read.
I know. Good. Thank God they're picture books, you know what I mean? That way you can read them.
Talking to the guy who's famous because his cousin wrote a book.
That's exactly
Really?
right. You betcha.
Hey, it's not what you know, right, McGraw?
That's exactly right. Woodcraft in about 15 minutes. We're going to head over there.
Yep.
On Shoots Road. Come on by, say hi. And then tomorrow at the Woodworking Show in Collinsville.
Yeah, I can't wait to go. It's going to be cool. So
Thanks.
just stop by, say hello, you know?
Yeah, hang
Stomp
out.
the DJ.
Yeah, girls and guys.
Whoever, man.
But you are happily married.
I am.
Yes.
My wife's the best.
Yes. Scott Sherman, the Sherman Experience tonight.
The
Whatever
Shermanator.
it's called, it's on.
The Shermanator.
You won't listen. It doesn't matter.
9 to midnight. Have a great weekend, everybody.